Standing in the back corner of a luxury ballroom, while my own family treated me like a complete stranger was painful. But it was also precisely what I expected. They had organized an extravagant celebration for my brother, completely erasing my existence from the place cards and official speeches. Little did they know, a group of high-ranking military officers was about to enter that room and change everything. Before we continue with this incredible story, please let me know in the comments where you are watching from today, and what the weather is like in your city. If you enjoy deeply emotional revenge stories, hit the subscribe button right now so you never miss another upload. My name is Samantha Reed, and for as long as I can remember, my parents made me feel entirely invisible. Growing up, my achievements were constantly ignored, while every minor accomplishment of my brother was celebrated like a national holiday. When I was 17 years old, I finally earned my acceptance into a prestigious military institute after months of relentless physical and mental training. When I shared the incredible news with my parents, my father barely raised his eyes from his drink and dismissed my hard work as political tokenism. My father coldly told me that I was far too soft for military life, and predicted that I would fold under pressure within weeks. That harsh rejection cut deep into my soul, but it also lit a fierce fire inside me that never burned out. The next morning I packed my single duffel bag alone, boarded a bus without a single family member saying goodbye, and swore I would build my own strength. Military Academy tested every boundary of my endurance, pushing me through freezing night drills, severe exhaustion, and brutal physical conditioning. While other recruits received care packages and loving letters from their families every week, my mailbox remained completely empty month after month. Instead of letting the profound isolation break my spirit, I poured every ounce of my pain into becoming the most disciplined leader in my tactical unit. Years passed as I climbed through the ranks, eventually taking command during high-stakes overseas deployments where lives depended entirely on my split-second decisions. During a critical rescue operation in hostile territory, I successfully coordinated a tactical extraction that brought 43 trapped soldiers home safely against impossible odds. My superiors honored my leadership with the title of colonel, yet back home, my parents still treated me like a disappointment. When the invitation for the wedding of my brother arrived, I almost declined, knowing how uncomfortable the atmosphere would be. I arrived at the countryside estate early, wearing a simple dark cocktail dress that blended seamlessly into the background. Distance had taught me to observe quietly, and as guests filled the ballroom, old family friends walked straight past me without a single nod of recognition or greeting. Searching for my designated table only confirmed my worst expectations, as my name was nowhere to be found on the main seating chart. An usher eventually guided me toward table 9, tucked clear away in the rear corner directly beside the swinging kitchen doors. I sat quietly among distant acquaintances and caterers, watching white flowers and shimmering crystal chandeliers decorate the front tables where my parents sat proudly. The formal toasts began, and my father stood up at the front podium with a microphone in his hand, commanding the attention of the entire room. He spoke eloquently about the bravery, leadership, and incredible character of my brother, calling him the absolute pride of the family line. My mother wiped away tears of joy while my father concluded his speech, completely neglecting to acknowledge that he had a daughter sitting in the back. I remained completely calm at my remote table, adjusting my posture while server staff moved past with heavy silver dinner trays. What my parents did not realize was that true respect is earned through honor and sacrifice, not through vanity or public displays. Before the catering team could clear the main course plates, the event coordinator stepped up to the central microphone with an official look on his face. The host cleared his throat and announced that an unexpected official ceremony needed to take place before the evening continued. He explained that a distinguished military hero was present in the hall, someone who had led an extraordinary combat rescue operation under heavy fire. The entire ballroom fell silent as the host called out the name Colonel Samantha Reed, asking her to please step forward to receive full honors. A sudden wave of total confusion washed over the audience as people looked around the room, trying to identify who had just been named. I stood up slowly from my chair near the kitchen doors, smoothing my dark dress as my heels clicked firmly against the polished marble floor. Whispers erupted across every table while my mother gasped softly, and my father stared at me in complete speechless disbelief. The double doors at the main entrance swung open, and 4 military officers in pristine dress uniforms marched into the ballroom with absolute precision. Captain Miller, a decorated officer who had served under my command, stepped forward, clicked his heels together, and rendered a sharp, disciplined salute. The entire room held its breath as the remaining officers raised their hands in crisp formation, showing supreme respect to their commanding officer. Captain Miller addressed the gathering, stating that although I had previously declined a public ceremony, highest leadership insisted on presenting my medal. He carefully opened a velvet display case and pinned the Silver Star for Valor directly onto the left side of my dress. A heavy, stunned silence filled the elegant hall as everyone finally understood the immense weight of the honor that had just taken place. I turned around to face the crowd, meeting the eyes of my parents who were standing near the front head table, frozen in total shock. My father took a hesitant step forward with an expression of deep regret, opening his mouth as if trying to formulate an apology. However, decades of cold indifference could not be erased by a single moment of public humiliation, and he stopped halfway across the floor in silence. After the military detachment departed, I walked back to my seat near the kitchen, feeling a quiet sense of peace wash over me. My brother walked over to my table a few minutes later, sitting down next to me with a look of genuine awe and deep surprise. He admitted that he never truly understood what I had accomplished, and asked why our parents had kept my true life so quiet. Later in the evening, I stepped outside onto the quiet terrace and overheard my father quietly whispering to my mother about how I should have warned them. Hearing him try to deflect his own neglect made me realize that I no longer required validation from anyone in my past family circle. I walked past the courtyard garden, reached my vehicle without making a scene, and drove away into the night feeling entirely free. Looking at the shining silver medal on my passenger seat, I realized that true strength comes from building yourself when no one else believes in you. If you have ever been overlooked, underestimated, or written off by the people who should have supported you, know that your victory is already waiting for you. Please hit the subscribe button for more powerful stories, and click the video showing on your screen right now to keep watching.